Hello, folks, and welcome to a Dave Campbell's Texas Football Talking Point. I'm Managing Editor Travis Stewart, it's Associate Editor Greg Tepper, and today we're going to hash out Casey Paha and the TCU Horned Frogs and whether or not Casey's re-addition to the team is the kind of make-or-break thing you need to contend for a conference championship. Because I'm a gentleman, I'll let Greg go first, and Greg, tell me, what's the value of replacement, the VORP, is that a football term? We'll borrow it. The VORP for Casey Paha, perhaps, over Trevon Boykin.
I think it's big. I think it's bigger than people think. You look at what Casey Paha was able to do during his when he took over for Andy Dalton, and I thought it was great. I thought he was on the verge of being a real breakout star before he obviously ran into personal troubles. I think that Trevon Boykin, as a redshirt freshman, performed admirably, but I think that when you have an opportunity to take an experienced leader like Casey Paha back, who has all the tools that he showcased at Brownwood, I think you got to take that, and I think he's an upgrade over Trevon Boykin.
Here's my take on the situation. Were Paha not returning to the team, which he is, we're glad he's in a better place mentally. Were he not returning to the team, there would be a tangible and high excitement level over Boykin, who obviously put in the time last year, was there in the games, went through a lot as a young kid against tough teams. There would be an excitement level there. And I think the race between Paha and Boykin is actually a lot closer than people give it credit for. And with no disrespect to Paha, I think the value of replacement win there, that may be just one. I think Boykin's a lot closer in competition, people.
See, because I think that if you take what if the games that Trevon Boykin played in, if you were to instead have Casey Paha in that position, I think TCU's 2 wins better. I think they're a 9-3 team last year with Casey Paha. But, you know, obviously things happened with his substance abuse problems. He's obviously in a better place, and I think that his ceiling is just higher than Trevon Boykin's. And he's got all the tools. We saw it in high school. We've seen it in college. He can make all the throws, and he can do a lot of the things that I think Trevon Boykin can't.
All right, so ballparking. We're thinking TCU could be what? Anywhere between 8-4, 7-5, 10-2, somewhere in that range?
That sounds about right.
If you have Paha in at Boykin this year, you think it's still a 2-win difference this year like it was last year?
I think maybe this year with the experience that Trevon Boykin has, maybe it's only 1 win, but this is a tough conference in the Big 12 where 1 win can make or break it. And we think this is a team that could challenge for the top echelon of the Big 12. You got to have your best player in there at the most important position. I think that is Casey Paha.
Well, I'm going to put a bow on this because I think the work that Boykin put in last year in those tough games, some of those tough road environments like at Texas, a win over the Longhorns Thanksgiving Day, I think that kind of experience trumps more than the promise that Paha brought in. Paha may still end up being a great quarterback wearing purple and white, but as of right now, I think you have to give Boykin the benefit of the doubt for being there and putting in the time.
I think there's 2 sides to this.
Yeah, and mine's the correct one. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this Texas Football Talking Point. I'm Travis Stewart. That's Greg Tepper, and you'll see us next time talking about some other school. Maybe it'll be yours.
DCTF Talking Points produced by JPTV. Find us on the web at jeffpowertv.com.